Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., with the help of Bruce Banner and Mark Ruffalo, decide to start an old dormant protocol of a master AI that runs thousands of robots to protect planet Earth. You know, I think it's based on the Iron Man 3 movie where he made all those Iron Man suits to be controlled by Jarvis, but this time a more powerful AI and many more robots. These guys seems like a good idea. Why don't you continue with your plan? I can't see anything going wrong with that. I shall. And yes, it hits the fan, and now the Avengers must unite in order to stop the end of the world from happening. You see, unfortunately for the humans, Ultron did the classic AI thing where he says, a way to protect humans is to have no humans. There, no humans is a good way to protect the humans. That's about what I expected to happen. How does the Avengers Age of Ultron compare to its predecessor? And what can we learn from this movie to build better lives? Let's find out. So how does Avengers Age of Ultron compare to the first movie? I think it holds up pretty well, actually. I quite enjoyed it. It's a bit more over the top. That's for sure. But isn't that to be expected? Double the budget, double the expectation. There are several things I did enjoy about this movie quite a bit. Avengers Age of Ultron does a wonderful job at building up some of the characters a lot better. I'm sure you guys remember from my first review of the Avengers, because you all watched it. Remember how I couldn't help but say that Hawkeye seemed a bit like Tool? But they have certainly developed Hawkeye to be way better now. Way more development on him. I got to understand him more. They show him doing more. And I must say, I actually enjoy him from this movie. Not only that, they really explore some things with Black Widow, Bruce Banner, Tony Stark, Captain America. They just explore all the characters a lot more. And it really does start showing up. In this movie, you can see the seeds, and maybe even more than seeds, of the beginning of Captain America Civil War. What happens in that. So it's a really good tie-in to that movie as well. Special effects are awesome. Double, even more. I mean, they're really well done. But again, and maybe it's just my opinion, I don't want to get action fatigue. So what's best for me is to take a break about halfway through the movie, maybe 30 minutes or before the third act. And I find I'm able to absorb the information much better. Because if I just power through it, I get bored and I lose interest. So with the breaks, I enjoy the action. But there's noticeably more action than there was in the first. One thing I would like them to do too, though, is develop a little bit more Ultron and why he became the way he became and why he is such a hurt being and why he wants to cause pain and suffering. And for that matter, Vision. Why is Vision so good? So these are some things I feel like they were underdeveloped that I would have liked them to have developed more in this story. A tool that I saw helpful to build a better life in this movie would be the theme of divide and conquer. It reminds me how the best way to divide a group or to weaken a powerful united group is to attack the individuals, get them to think about themselves, get them to be all victim thinking. It starts making them break up. Now the reality is, those exploits were already there. And it's up to the group. If they want to be a more united group, they got to make sure all the members feel like they're being treated correctly and fair. There's always a group, a minority group or some group that doesn't feel quite as satisfied with the way things are in the society. It doesn't matter what society it is, what type of government or what have you. There's always going to be a group that an external force can focus on and get them to rile up. If you want that not to be, you have to really make sure that the members in the society or the group get their needs met. If not, you're always in danger of being infiltrated or affected by an outside force, losing your members and becoming less powerful. That's what this movie made me think of when I was watching it. The whole divide and conquer thing. In summary, I did enjoy this movie quite a bit. It has double the action, much more deeper character development between all of them, and just characters in general. I did feel like Ultron was underexplored, but I do think Marvel does have some issues with having villains that are tough enough. And so I think that kind of just felt that a little bit like I need to know that villain a little bit more before you take them on. I would have also liked to have seen greater consequences in the end of the movie. I didn't feel like the consequences were as grave as they should have been or could have been. That being said, guys, Avengers Age of Ultron is an excellent movie. I really enjoyed it. Is it as good as the first one? Yes and no. I mean, can you beat the first one when it comes to the first time they're together? No. You should definitely see Avengers Age of Ultron. And that's why I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10. Hey guys, you don't have to stop here and continue watching more MCU video reviews right up here and get some life lessons from that one. Or you can pick a random video right there. Either way, you don't have to stop learning from movies, TVs, and documentaries.